Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be unboxing two $30 rare coin grab bags, but it's so much more than that because it's the first video in a long series with Silver Picker, Max. He's a great friend of mine and has awesome coin content, and we're actually ordering from the same Instagram sellers in a long series of videos and then unboxing the same sources grab bags and doing it in a competition style, so trying to get the best results both on like a video versus video basis, but also value-wise in the long term. And we'll have a prize that we need help determining, or maybe it's a punishment for the loser instead of a prize for the winner. But please comment your thoughts down below as to what you would like to see happen. But I'm super excited. Today's bags are from Colton Merrill, Merrill Coins, and Kurt Gammer, Gammer Coin. Their links, like Max's, are in the description, and I'm excited to dive into these coins, see what we can add to our collection, and also make sure to check out Max's video, and we'll get this series underway. So for this one, I'm going to start first with the Gammer grab bag, and I'm just going to rip it open and hopefully, doesn't injure or damage anything, but I can feels like just a regular little baggie of coins. I'm going to see if there's anything else. I don't think so. So time to go one by one through these, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And with the smaller denomination grab bags, it is probably tough to figure out exactly what's fair, and I see some interesting items. I'm going to start from the left and go left to right. So our first is going to be an 1837. Wow. Metallic, let's see, metallic currency, Van Buren. Whoa, so this might be something like a hard times token. I know that there was a big shortage in terms of, there was some economic collapse, panic of, I think it was 1837, but it might have been around that time, and then people sort of started making their own large size cents to fill that gap. A lot of private companies would do it, and they would just accept them as 1 cent coin. So this one says 1841, let's see, credit, Webster credit, current Webster credit. I don't know exactly how they're putting that, but there's the Constitution ship that says 1841. The back says 1837, and that looks like experiment. So I'm not totally sure. Often there were political messages on these. I believe Van Buren, I'm not sure what years he was president. This one's pretty bent, but I think that it's probably at least like $5 of value. I certainly think it's a really neat piece of history and surprisingly good to start out here in our grab bag. Our next coin is going to be a 1907 large cent from Canada, so I think it also, it's not a US large cent, those are pretty expensive, but these ones, it's a good reminder that lots of different places and countries had larger coins and larger, cent coins for the copper, and then they pared them down once they realized people didn't really care in terms of the actual value in their cent coins, and now we really don't care about in any of our coins what the value is, just sort of the fiat guarantee. Next one, 1985 10 kopeck. This one's from the Soviet Union. Interesting to see the hammer and sickle there around the globe. A CCCP, it would fall, I want to say like 6 years later, around 1991, but maybe it was 89. I was not alive at that point, but I still should know. This one here is 1977, looks like, 25 paisa from India with the, I think it's like the Ashoka lion pillar, sort of a important religious or sort of just symbolic item. I think it was uncovered somewhere, a lot of tradition behind that. We then have this coin, which is tiny, and I actually don't know what it is when I'm first seeing it here. So on this side, it looks like it says IOAN, so Owen maybe, and that says, looks like CAS. I really am stumped by this one, because it doesn't look ancient just because it has some lettering around it, but I think I'll try to find out better. That says 999, though I doubt it would be, or maybe it's 1666. That might make a little bit more sense. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research on it. I don't know if this is our big value, it's gonna go up a bunch, or what the deal is, but that's a really neat coin, and because I see a better coin in the background as well. This one, Luxembourg, I think is Luxembourg, 1953. Interesting, sort of 1 franc, looks like somebody tilling some soil. And then, let's see, our last is going to be or second to last, 1961. You can see in that little star there, 5 pesetas with Franco on the front. And then our last one, let's look at the date. because it doesn't look to be in horrible shape. A Barber half dollar, 1902. So these ran, I think, 1892 to 1915. I know there's a few that ran to 16, but I think it was the halves that only went until 1915, switching over to the Walking Liberty half dollar, of course. But this one's in decent shape. I think certainly these command a nice premium. So I would say, it's pretty tough, in my opinion, for Max Silver Picker to have come up with too much better of a $30 grab bag. When you factor everything into consideration, because this might be a few bucks as well. It's got nice condition. So that's our start here. I think since we do get the double, I'm going to be careful. I don't think there was much in the way of, they probably wouldn't pack it like this to have the currency. Let's see. So it looks like a bag right here, and we are off. So let me see. This looks like a lot of coins for being a $30 grab bag. So, because we have 2 slabs already, man, I don't know. Maybe this is, better than 30 or something like that. So I'm going to have these 2 as follows. So I'm going to put that down. But here from Merrill Coins, or Merrill Coin, I think it is, 1936. Colton's a great guy. Both of these guys were Witter Coin University. I went to that with them. I was like, hey, this could be a good way to clear out some inventory. 1936 Buffalo nickel. And they may do the grab bags. There wasn't a guarantee in terms of if they would do them if you wanted one. But, our next, I'm going to separate out these values. Buffalo nickel in XF. I want to say it's like $1.50. Nice coin. We have a 1963. Looks like a proof quarter. And I'm not looking for the varieties, there might be. I think it's interesting in general. You do see, though, the separation. I'm going to, of course, correct. I bumped the camera. There is a little separation between the E and the S. You can look for that on quarters from 1956 to 64. There was some accidents where the mint accidentally used proof reverse dies, and you could tell because of that separation between the E and the S. After that, we have a really nice condition, 1955 S. Wheat penny, looks sort of mint state 64 red to me, if I had to guess. I would say like $1 or so is probably the right value on it. It's not blast or like super red because of those little dots behind the ear, but it's an attractive coin. Doesn't look like there's anything in terms of a repunched mint mark or some type of variety. This one looks really pretty. 1964, super sharp, looks proof to me. And let's see how the back turns out. 64, there's always the special mint set Adams coins. I don't think that's what we're dealing with here, but you want to be on the lookout for those really square rims. There's not the die polishing that you'd think, but this one, it's, I don't know, super flawless, basically, to me. It's not the cameo that a lot of people look, contrast between the devices and the fields, but it's actually pretty nice, beyond just being like a small little proof where you don't give too much of a premium. This one here, 1928D, so that's not a super rare one, but it is a reasonably attractive, like a really nicely circulated, even wear. It looks like a really nice coin, earlier mint mark coin. Not totally sure on the value on that one, but I think the good ones there, you want to look for the 24D, 26S. And then, of course, any 1922 penny is going to be a good one. Here we've got, I'll do a mini guess the grade. Starting with obviously deep cameo, because that's really the cameo contrast between the the eagle and the fields behind it. I'll flip it over in 1979. Since it's in here, I'm going to call it proof 69 cameo as opposed to 70 or deep cameo, I should say, and that's exactly what it is. Type 1. So I'm almost positive. You do want to look for those 79S. Different types of mint marks, but the type 1, I think, and forgive me if this is a bad error, that type 2 is the one that you're looking for. That's escaping my mind, but really neat. And then we've got, it looks like a coin down there. Well, first, let's check it out. Right here, 1979S. And I guess this probably would have been submitted with the hope of having it come back 70, because I'm not seeing too much wrong with it. I feel like that could pass for a 70. Right here, this one, nice proof coin, probably more in the $1 range again, but sort of a neat example of the cameo and a collector coin. Last of today is this coin, which is interesting. I'm seeing that little black spot. It was probably not the best coin to have submitted. Same thing up there with the states in America. I would call this red, 1974D, Nice look on the front, but I don't think that this, I would call this like a 64 red just because of these spots on the back. And yeah, it's 64 red. So I don't know exactly the cutoff for when it gets valuable, but I would think that it is more, you want the 66 red at least. Really clean on the front, but anything like that, you know, and game over. So I think that this was actually two very reasonable grab bags. Like, I think it's also, when you make these videos, just being honest, as a creator, people try to send sometimes like bags that are way overpriced. I feel like these are pretty fair, because if you have this type of inventory, you know, you don't have to individually sell each of these coins, but it can be a nice way to clear some of it. You know, the grab bags that I make personally, it's like a great way for me to say I overpaid for something. Well, I don't have to go through the individual trouble of listing it and still losing money. I can sort of place it to the right person, or somebody who will appreciate it. Maybe I take a 10% loss, but I just get to keep moving the inventory. You know, and it could be tougher stuff to move, or it can be, you know, just the bread and butter, Morgan dollars, whatever it is. We got some really cool coins here in front of us today. I thoroughly enjoyed hunting these. You know, I think that this is cool. Slab coins, I like them. You know, it's the modern game is a really interesting one. So a lot of neat stuff, and I'm excited to see sort of how this develops. I don't know which of these valuation-wise is going to have performed better, because I have to do my research on if I made a big error there, or you know, just what these are really bringing. You know, what does a damaged hard times token bring? Maybe it's a rare one, maybe it's not. I'm excited to see. So, and I'm also excited to go check out and chat with Max. I think I'll talk with him ahead of releasing this so that we can like confirm the values, that we're being fair. And yeah, so excited to start this series. We've got some cool stuff coming in the works, and I might reorder some from Kurt and Colton just to see if we can get a few other neat grab bags like the ones we got in front of us. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. I've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can follow me there. TreasureTownYT.com is the main channel website. Definitely give that a visit. I've got a lot of information about me up there and the channel. CoinGrabBag.com as well currently redirects there, but it's some good opportunities for very fair grab bags, both made by me and other sellers. A lot of different options, so that's a good way to support. There's also TreasureTownCoins.com. In the future, my coin dealing operation will be done out of that website. CoinMeltPrice.com for updates on the melt prices of your coins, both US and world. A lot of resources in that website. And then CoinsMetalsCards.com, being developed right now as a marketplace and news source for coins, metals, cards, and collectibles in general. So I'll see you on my future videos. Looking forward to seeing you there, and hope you have a good day.